warm up on the push downs using a little bit of lighter weight, more higher reps to not only get blood flowing to your triceps and around that elbow, but also some synovial fluid around the elbow joint. Hey man, Gary Walker here and welcome back for another video. This is a really cool video because if you're like most men, you've always tried to build bigger arms. All right, here's the thing when it comes to big arms. Big arms stand out whether you're in a dress shirt, a polo shirt, tank top, anything you're wearing, you can typically see if you have big arms. Here's the thing a lot of men don't know though. When it comes to big arms, 2/3 of your arm is actually made up of the tricep. Everyone spends a lot of time just constantly working on bicep curls. That's gonna work the bicep, this little bitty muscle right up here on the top. However, to really stretch out your sleeves, you gotta focus on the meaty part of the arm, the horseshoe part of the arm. So with that said, this workout, I'm gonna give you 3 different exercises you can do to build those triceps specifically for men over 40. So the first exercise we're gonna do a cable push down. Here's the thing when it comes to a cable push down. You'll see people doing straight bar a lot of the times or even the rope. So here's what I always recommend. If you have healthy elbows, I actually prefer the straight bar. I do both. So here's the thing. Even if you do have healthy elbows, that doesn't mean you always need to do the straight bar. But I do like to do the straight bar when I do these. One thing you have to keep in mind though is when you do this, you'll see the elbows. They tend to flare up a lot of times, especially when people go too heavy. I really want you to pin those elbows into your side and keep your chest out, shoulders back, and then stay in that position when you're doing these. But when you are locked into that fixed position and you have a straight bar, then you'll notice the unnatural movement of the wrist, which is why the rope tends to come in handy. But let me show you here quickly. Again, pull this in, elbows in, chest out, shoulders back, squeeze here. So what I like to do, you don't need to go all the way up because right there you'll see my wrist bending. I like to do this with my lighter reps, my lighter weight when I do higher reps. So if I'm doing 12 plus reps, I like to use a straight bar when I do that. However, if I'm gonna go heavier, all right, if I'm gonna go heavier when I do this, the last thing I wanna do is put that kind of stress on my wrist. So that's when I like to really use the rope here. So the rope, same setup, elbows down to your side, chest out, shoulders back. But when I'm doing this now, that's a natural movement. You see how my wrists are actually straight and they're in a proper alignment the entire time I'm doing this. And I'm not just pressing down, I actually like to come out. So down here and then out to the sides. So this is, my wrist is completely natural when I'm doing that, as opposed to being turned over. So anytime I go heavier, I like to use this. And again, let me just reiterate, you don't have to do one over the other. You can do both or just choose one and stick with that one. However, if you do have really strong triceps and you're always lifting heavy in the push down motion, then I typically like to stay away from the straight bar and just go with more of a rope variation. All right, that's the very first exercise that we're gonna do for triceps. The thing I want you to focus on here is shoot for about, with triceps, with this exercise specifically, 12 to 20 repetitions. You don't really have to go too heavy with this movement. This is more just going through the full range of motion, full stretch, full contraction, full stretch, full contraction. Getting a good pump, getting some good blood flowing into your triceps. Now, this next exercise we're gonna do, I'm going to introduce you to one of my Titan sets. So I don't know if you've done any of my other programs before, but I got an anabolic arms program out there that utilizes some of my Titan sets. So basically what that is, it's more eccentric based training. So you wanna use a weight that you can control on the way down, but maybe not be able to push on the way up. It may be too heavy. This is a Dumbbell Skullcrusher. So what a Titan set is, we're gonna lower the weight under 5 to 7 seconds. So again, we're gonna start with the weight up here, 1,001, 1,002, 1,003, 1,004, 1,005. Nice full stretch. And typically the weight is too heavy to just press right back up. So what I like you to do is bring your elbows down, press it up. So let me show you what that looks like. All right, so let's just start here. I don't know what this weight is. Let's just try some 30s here. Show you what I'm talking about. So again, you want to go heavy enough on these, and you don't start with this exercise because a lot of the heavier weight on an exercise like this, you'll really feel that stress on your elbows if they're not already warmed up, which is why I like starting with the push downs. Warm up on the push downs using a little bit of lighter weight, more higher reps, to not only get blood flowing to your triceps and around that elbow, but also some synovial fluid around the elbow joint. All right, so here, like I said, we're gonna start with the weight up here, and we're gonna lower under control. That's what the Titan set is. It's eccentric base training, 1001, 1002, 1003, 1004, 1005. Hold that full stretch for about a second. And again, I don't want you to just press, because you're probably gonna be able to press 1 or 2 reps if the weight's heavy enough, but then you're gonna fatigue and you won't be able to press it back up. So I really want you to just control this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here's, I say, bring your elbows down and just press it back up. Back to the starting position. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nice full stretch. Elbows, press. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Elbows, press. Let me just show you one more. 1, 2, you can do 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So you can do a longer one. Like I said, 5 to 7 seconds to really challenge your triceps. This allows you to lift more load. So that adds some really good size on your triceps. So that's the key with the eccentric base training. You can actually lower a lot more weight than you can lift up in this movement here. That's why we're turning this into a press to really get the weight up, get you back in the starting position, and just focus on that eccentric rep. The eccentric portion of the rep is gonna generate the most growth. So that's what a lot of people don't understand. Let's go to a bench press really quickly. When you're lowering that weight under control, you can control a lot more weight than you can actually press up. Well, lowering the weight is when a lot of the muscle building benefits are really gonna happen. You're gonna build more muscle from the lowering than you are from the pressing. All right, so with that being said, let me show you the third exercise we're gonna do. We've already gotten the first 2 done. The next one is a body weight exercise, but we're gonna do a close grip push-up. 2 different ways to do a close grip push-up. You've probably heard of the diamond push-ups. Diamond push-ups, I like 20, 30-year-olds, not too hard on your elbows. However, the older you get, and this video is specifically for men over 40, 50, 60, and beyond, to keep your elbows safer, I usually prefer a close grip push-up. So what is the difference? The difference, a diamond push-up, your hands are making the shape of a diamond, really close together, and your elbows tend to be out a little bit. So when you're lowering the weight, let me just show you down here. When you're lowering the weight, this is a lot of elbows right here. Elbows and even wrist. So what I prefer is a close grip. So basically a close grip, if your hands are directly under your shoulders, bring them in slightly, tuck your elbows just like this, see them rotate, and then brush your elbows against your side every time you lower your body. And the key with this one is 3 as many reps as you can get sets. So if that's 10, great. If it's 50, great. As many as you can get. What I want you to do though when you're doing this workout is whatever you get during this first workout, write it down, journal it, put it in your app. If you get 10, then I want you to get 11 next time, and then 12 the next time. I want you to better yourself. So the more you do this, you're always progressing. That's the other key to growth. You have to use what's called progressive overload if you want your body to build more muscle. All right, so let me just show you a couple of these reps. Again, here, I bring them in close, rotate my hands out, rotate my elbows in to brush my body, straight down, straight up. Control the cadence, all the way down, all the way up. Elbows, brushing my body, good full stretch, here. Good full stretch, here. And what this is doing, I'm not stretching in my chest, I'm stretching in my tricep. You'll see on the way down, it's tricep stretch. If I were wider and going down, then you're stretching your chest. Well, we don't want to focus on our chest with this exercise. Your chest is still going to be activated some, but the primary thing we're doing here, stretching the tricep, really working those triceps. So Doing these 3 exercises is gonna give you a lot bigger triceps, which means bigger arms. All right, so I hope you liked this video, and let me know in the comment section if you have any questions about any of these exercises. Other than that, thanks so much for watching, and as always, get busy, get after it, and God bless.